Okay. Hi guys, this is SIDDqlo, bad English and the worst video quality on YouTube ever. It's been a couple of years since my last stream, so I'm very rusty and I'm not going to comment much because it's pretty late here, almost midnight, so I can talk loud much. But I'm gonna stream a couple of games from the upcoming Toasty GameJam 2. GameJam I participated as well. So today we're gonna see the game of Abattoir and then maybe a second one. This is called, I hope I'm pronouncing it okay, Abattoir of You and I, something like that. Let me check if I can. Okay. Okay, am I streaming it? I think I am. I believe I am. Okay. Man, no, maybe wait. This RPG making window. Questo qua, no? Sorry, I'm really. But why can't you? No. Oh, what the fuck. Finally. Okay, this should be fine. Let's play this game. I'm a huge fan of Abattoir skills in drawing. I can already feel her talent in this intro. Check if the audio is open. Okay. Okay, audio is nice. Graphic is wonderful. We got old, we got the cure. Okay. She reused her sprites and many of the stuff she's used for her game. So graphically speaking, this is wonderful. Presentation is it's already 5 out of 5. Okay, I got absent-minded for a while. Charm. Mind, body, take, still cover, perché lui è più debole. No, 4-5 non è perfetto. Ok, ok. Toss of coin. RNG mechanic. Ignore me. I'm not. Man, this is so good. Get this fucking cure. Okay, I am black. Okay. Why? But this is just me, but am I worried? Please, let me ask. But why, for a game jam of a single week, would you go for such a complex plot? I'm not saying I don't like your narrative skills and such, but it's the choice at the root that I contest. I know I went for something very very silly, I know. But I mean, there are some shades between my silly game and this. Really short. Okay. That's one for a book. Let me check in the meantime if there's menu. Okay, options, save or game end. Okay. We don't have much in the menu. Why the should I do? Questa è la cura. Ok, no, non la toccare, vabbè, non la tocco. Aspetta sul tavolo, madre. Sarà pronta tra poco. Aspetta sul tavolo, ok, sorry, I don't usually sit on tables. Also, no sitting animation, it's done on the right. Just put a turn down quick fix for this one. You know I'm not English main language, right? I mean, I'm trying my best, but there's literally a huge oh, plot twist. My god, plot twist. Ouch. Your Java. Oh, I love this world map. Oh, autosave. The save menu is very cool. Very, very cool. And this map, wow! I love this graphic choice. I love it. In the meantime, I'm chatting with the author. So many cool animation. I can't tell how much of this was reused from her project, but anyway, the outcome is wonderful. Killer. Yes, I agree, you got a killer. Good first with benefit, not to that. Bravo, fate 2 spaghi. Based on the attributes. If you have food at night, you can increase your attributes at a hideout. Mother of the sages finds it. Okay, just a second. Grabbing something to drink. Okay, I'm back. So I gotta move around without getting caught by I don't know who. Bakery. Exhausto. One, another time. Why? Why? I mean, I haven't done anything and I got punished so hard. I can't level up because I didn't get the food. But I rolled one twice. Now the exhaust mechanic, I didn't get it. Maybe it wasn't explained, maybe it was just me. Everything is complex in your narrative, even the food they eat. Why are you making everything so complex? I mean, it's great sometimes, but sometimes it's I like the night and day cycle, generally speaking. There's that thing that's red and I don't like it. But this one, I'm a shark. Okay, a mini game inside the map that was hidden and then revealed. That is actually a nice show of skills. I will copy this. I will reuse this. I like it. Both the small map and this thing. I will copy you. I tell you, am I? You will see this in that hole. We will exhaust ourselves from this encounter. So we have an encounter, and the exhaustion is 0 and 0. Let's try this here. So what encounter is this? You didn't explain this. Ghost apple. No, even the apples are complex. We should learn tonight. Okay, we got some food, so we can upgrade our team, and I will go for a Java because I like Morsier, to be honest. Also, despite how much food you got, you can use I can lower the suspicion. No, not yet. These blue things are good or bad? I don't know. Let's go. Okay, a lot of rolling. The combat is peculiar. I like it. But I'm also watching this as from a developer perspective, so I believe a bit more of tutorial, especially during maybe the first fight, would help the player, and also I don't know, there's something about the timing and the pacing of the information in the screen below. And that's hard to consider, because when you develop the text is player dependent, the time of text. Exhaust and heal. I don't need to heal, so let's go for some attack. But I don't know who is attacking. No, it's moving. Sierra. It's a bit hidden. The menu hide part of the sprite. So Sierra is still magic. Reroll. So probably there are multiple endings. I'm a huge fan of multiple endings. I had a discussion once with a developer about multiple endings. He destroyed me. Animations are great. Again, I'd like to know, but that it's very personal. How much of this is a rehash of something they already had, and how much is instead completely new. So I'm in this map, but I don't know where should I go. The red thing is something I should avoid or not. Okay, these places are often, they have some RNG, but they are about getting food. Okay, and food is needed in order to level up, which greatly helps during the fights. Perfect. By the way, how hungry are you? You still have three fish, if I remember correctly. And the children are you? The children, 13 children. I hate you, Amai. We had a discussion about child trauma in video games, and she destroyed me. And now, with just those lines, oh no! So there are blue things, light blue things are good, red ones are bad, something like that. So I want to get some blue things. I suppose this map is new. Should learn. She doesn't seem cured to me. You know, when you present a character all black with some fluo eyes, you're kinda ruining the plot twist. That's just my opinion, huh? Since it's Sierra, let's go with mind. Failure, yeah, that's not. 2, 4, okay. Okay. So 4 isn't that good. Failure. Failure. 1 again, failure. Can't believe. What? What? But. What? I'm straight typing to the dev so she can fix it before the release, but basically she will fix it for sure, but I give her time. Let's consider what I just saw. Graphic presentation, maximum points, okay, whatever, 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5, that's it. Then, how close is this to the concept? To the adherence to the theme, the concept of underground. Well, I believe that there wasn't much. As a dev, I want to say that this theme was very, very hard because underground is very, very open. You just have to have an environment that happens to be underground, but at the same time you can do much. What is 5 out of 5 of adherence to the theme in an underground? What is 0? This game happens to be underground, and then so if I would say maybe adherence to the theme is not a 5 out of 5. Maybe. But then again, creativity, it was nice. The battle system is something I liked. I would have twerked it a bit and polished it a bit, especially because that white text on a dark background will get boring after a while. There are a lot of text, and thus the battle could be a moment that artistically breaks the narrative moment. So I would use more color during the battle. That's just to say. Anyway, presentation is 5 out of 5. Creativity, I don't know if it's 5 out of 5 or 4 out of 5, but it's surely a creative game, and I haven't seen it also, so I'm just assuming, and I have hopes in Amaguri. And then, which was the originality? Well, it is so far an RPG, which isn't the 5 out of 5 for me of originality in RPG Maker Jam, but it was nice. I really enjoyed this loop, this night and day loop, which gives a lot to the longevity of the title and gives the player the illusion of being in control of what happens. That is something I will consider in my games. I've learned a lot as a dev from this playthrough. But I don't know, maybe originality and creativity will be surely very high both, but maybe not perfect score in those, as well as adherence to the team. But again, I haven't seen the whole game, so I expect there's a lot more. So once I get to that a lot more, I might be able to fully evaluate the creativity and the originality of the game, thus raising my evaluation. So far it's a 4, 4, 4, 5. So 17 points out of 20, which is already very high, and I can just get higher if I can play the whole game. Now we're gonna play 60 Feet Underground, another game for this jam. New game. The sound is very high compared to Amaguri. I will lower it a bit. Oh. Let's turn to another platform. Okay, message disappeared without me touching anything. I like the sprite. Not sure if these are original, which would give him a boost for originality, or if these are assets found online, but they work very nice. So I believe that the tile set is less than 48. Is it me? Did he use special tiles? That's a mess in the editor, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure. Or is this just pixel movement with a very far first? What? I got something, but I don't know what. Now to know which kind of ticket. Okay. Unpress X. Options. Save lower the game. Okay. I started by saving it, which is a good thing with this build. I always use this machine so I can buy split tickets. Man. I don't know how to take a subway somewhere else. There's no space. He cleared every space. Why? Is this something about him? Is this part of the style of this developer? This is probably a reference to some video games he made. It does look like an alteration of the dimensions of a huge JPEG. Green, and look at inside. I can't even get inside anything. Why should I? Oh fuck. It was on the other side. So if it's red from here, it's green from there. And and so on. So he's right and am I wrong? Is this English? I mean from the UK? Because he keeps the left. It's the other way around here. Never mind, just music change anyway. It's a good music, but it's completely offset with the subway context. This is a weird use of parallax. So let me observe this map because it's nice. I like it. No blurry. He doesn't use blurry at all. The texture on the ground, it's just colors, then a couple of lines which are the same for the blue and the brown one, and spray with 3 different colors. Then he changed the hue, so he had a texture of brown and a texture of light blue. Then let's move on the mid layer. Sprites. Sprites, I don't know their origin, but there are many different sprites. I do believe these are not original, or at least made just for this GameJam, because you would never create 20 or 30 sprites if you just have a couple of characters. You're saving energies during a game jam. The parallax is very nice. It is actually very smart, because it is the repetition of a single tile horizontally, just a copy and paste. There are some artistical choices I don't like using this wall texture for the subway. No, dude, you can stop and create something on your own, or since it's a standstill image, you could just use an image for the borders, the edges of the subway. But I do like your way of working. I can see that you are truly a developer, because you're saving energies. Everything that I see in this scene could just be reduced to a handful of tiles. You created the subway map, and then tan, you pasted it 4 times. You created the image for your game, boom, 6 times. One seat, boom, 8, 20 times. And you feel a map, while the map feels like completely filled. Those are just a few tiles. So you can save energy for animations like this one, which maybe is a free copyright one, I don't know. Deja vu, so she's repeating the same scene. This is a loop mechanic. The loop mechanic is a staple in the game jam. You always go for a loop mechanic because that can make you save on the locations. Animations are great. Man, I felt like I had the victory in my hands, but these games are very good. Keep the basket, yeah. So there's a timer also. Oh no, that's the clock. So I have to get the bus. Single map, very big, which fits the target. Good, I like you. I like your way of working. It's completely opposite from what I am, you know. I think I can learn a lot. I don't like your choice in music. I've seen that already in a screen, that's why I didn't comment. Why you don't use the space? This thing of the space might be the most stupid thing in the world, or the most smart. You're giving right at the second line I've read, you gave me some vibes about this game. It was kinda your sign. And I believe it is. It gives a custom feeling. Well, never mind. Okay, let's check the train. By the way, use some blurring, please, because that ground texture is a punch in the eye. I appreciated the fact that it is custom, but it is a shit. It's very bothering. It bothers me. It's like if there was carnival the day before and then vengo a trovare le borse. I'll tell you later because there's a timer. Throw it out of the window. Non see, una metropolitana. Defuse it. I don't know. Okay, multiple choices, but what's messing around with the text? You see, it's a text appears and then it's moved. Throw it out of the window? In a subway? Are you fucking stupid? You're saving yourself, killing thousands of others. What stupid idea you got? The bomb out of the window. When you lost like 2000 respect points out of this. Next thing, here. So, a few words from dev to dev. Fuck the timer. Timer are a mess to deal with, and players have an incredible different way of playing a game. So every time I use a timer in a game, I find it too short and too late, too long at the same time. So fuck the time, first of all. Second, you used a huge amount of dialogue and text. Okay, imagine this as a huge area, and just a portion of this text led me through the plot. So, while you develop this, that other portion that doesn't go through the plot, towards the plot, takes you just as much energy as something that instead is needed. Now when you play, that part is not a plus. Instead, it's a malus. It distracts you from the plot. And players nowadays have no attention span, so you have to deal with players that have no attention. There's a bug in the Windows. I'm gonna make this guy rich. Is there a secret ending if you give 300,000? Anyway, the loop creates another problem, so that loop are interesting if they add new stuff, and they stop being interesting if they have the same stuff. But considering the loop mechanic, you will have you will always have something old and something new. And if you go for everything new, then the loop itself makes no reason to exist. While if you go for nothing new, then the loop itself kills the gameplay. This is weird. It's a situation very common in gameplay. Another funny thing about video games that you can talk to strangers and they all give you information. Try to talk to strangers in real life, man, they will be all like, what the fuck, get out of here. Go kill yourself, let's continue. I don't need the bathroom, I'll tell you. Go touch your boobs, no bathroom. Man, every time you have a bathroom, you gotta take a shit load in that. If you don't need the bathroom, then don't make bathrooms. If you add something in the video game, you gotta develop it. If not, just skip it. A plain wall would be better than a closed door. Since I'm on day 3 and every time I skipped, it means that the waiting time is too long. So I defused the bomb. something different in order to progress. I have wasted my life. I need to call myself. I'm too cute to die. Okay. Can't just leave a bomb unattended. Why? Because you have a pink shirt. You are the pink shirt superhero. I gotta take a decision, and if the decision okay, there is nothing, no? So the only thing you can do is throw it out. Okay, it wasn't the right thing to do. At this point, I stopped playing this series. I do not care about anything. I just wait. By the way, there is a huge problem with the plot, and that is that if the guy at the station has seen the guy with the bag, then the guy on the train shouldn't have seen it, because it would have been at another station. This is a plot hole, huge. Like you, I win. I don't have to complete this game because I broke the plot. It's all a crazy silent motion. By the way, I've talked to everybody. Nothing makes sense. It might be my fault because I'm not reading it fully, but I believe we got some. Game station, so fun and changing the names. I don't believe you're breaking any copyright by mentioning it. Anyway. I don't know, seems a good choice. Then again, I knew it. So, I progressed the story, but when I click the bomb, the choices are fixed. I can't move away. Talking with people doesn't seem to have any sort of effect. point I'm already fucked. Anyway, I gave this game a test. Somehow I'm progressing. Messages in between works. What did I play? A game loop game in which you have to stop a bomb from defusing. It is in a subway, so it is underground technically, and that makes the cell phone lose signal, which is interesting. An interesting conclusion for the developer. And so adherence to the team, I'd say 5 out of 5. The game has done a lot. I told you how difficult it was, but reading that underground means that you have no signal is very smart. So 5 out of 5 for that. Some point less for presentation. It's not a 5 out of 5. We could argue if it's a 3 or 4. I liked it overall. The textures were okay. It was a nice tile set, and there was some quirk, enough for a game jam. But the continuous reuse of the same graphical resources told me that the developer had some skills in developing, but none in graphical. So I would say the presentation might be a 3 out of 5 stars. Adherence to the team, 5 out of 5. Creativity and entertainment. Creativity, the loop is a staple for the game jam, so I can't rate it too low or too high. So I'd go for a 4, which is fair. So even if you were for a 3 or a 5, you can agree that 4 is a good compromise. And instead, for entertainment, the loop itself doesn't create much entertainment. And I didn't see the complete game. I imagine that the structure from the start to the end just requires a few steps. So it's probably something that you can speed run in 5 minutes or so. Thus, entertainment. It had almost no gameplay. It's an issue I have myself, but I believe this is entertainment. Let's say 3, because I don't want to give negative points. So 4, 3, 7, 5 goes to 12, and presentation 3, 15 points out of 20. While Abattoir to me is the part I've played is already a 17 out of 20, but then there's a lot more. Well, thank you for following the stream. I already have played a couple of games. I will play them all, hopefully. See you tomorrow. I will also play my game. See you soon.